It's time for Did You Watch It?
How does this show work? We watch what we like, we talk about what we watched, and maybe you'll like what you hear. I'm Liz.
And I'm Neil.
Last night, we watched episode 1 of The Amazing Race, season 24. The show aired on Sunday, February 23rd, 2014. Here's what we thought about it. Episode 1 of The Amazing Race.
Yes, indeed.
Season 24. And I gotta tell you that things have changed since the last time I watched.
Really?
Considerably.
Okay, I think I've seen, judging from this episode, I think I've seen either 2 seasons or 1 season that had 2 of the All-Stars in it.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure.
Okay, because I have not seen any of these All-Stars before.
Really?
Yes, the last season that I was on, I just started season 11, which is, I guess, I don't know if it's the last All-Stars, but it was their very first All-Stars competition.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know any of these people.
It was pretty wild.
This was crazy.
This was crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
But I gotta tell you, I think I'm a fan already. Based on the personalities that are in this episode, oh my gosh, I can totally get into it.
Okay, so they started at UCLA.
Yes, which was really cool.
I gotta tell you, though, on the little flyby that they did, after they let everybody go.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back and talk a little bit about the competitors. But on the little flyby, I noticed that they, went through the Sepulveda Pass. But if these contestants were truly leaving from UCLA, they would have absolutely nothing to do with the Sepulveda Pass because it's not on the way to LAX.
Yeah, there were parts of it that looked like the Rose Bowl to me. So I don't know.
That wasn't the Rose Bowl. The 11 combatants for this season, Jed and Court, who were the Cowboys.
Oh my gracious.
Brothers from Oklahoma.
Super cute.
One of the brothers said that they got married the day before they left for their first competition.
Yeah, I think that was Court.
Was that Court? Okay.
Yeah.
You were watching a lot closer than I was.
Well,
but that's okay. That's okay.
I didn't take copious notes, but I do remember certain things.
Well, there's Caroline and Jennifer, who are the country singers from Nashville.
Okay, now, one thing about that, yes, they're cute, I get it, country singers, whatever. Their little singing that they did was completely out of tune.
Yeah, well,
But are they working country singers?
Yeah, it's the twang. Okay. It's the twang.
Yeah, that was not...
I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt for that.
Okay,
so.
Great makeup, though.
Natalie and Nadia, who are twins from New York, but they were raised in Sri Lanka.
Woo, woo. My sisters from another mister.
There you go. And yeah, so we know who you're voting for.
Well, yeah, let's get into that. But I gotta say, seeing them just confirmed one thing for me.
Yes.
And that is that I still want to get my nose pierced.
Okay. It's nice to have goals. Brendan and Rachel, recently married from Los Angeles.
Can I just say, though, the crying clips of Rachel?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah,
man. I'm seriously already irritated with her. And it just got worse as the show went on, so.
Oh, see the Brenchell t-shirts?
Oh, I missed that.
Or sweatshirts or whatever it was. It's like the Brent...
I missed that. Yeah. I totally missed that. Oh, my gosh.
How could you miss that?
No.
It's like it was the first thing. I didn't even see their faces. Jessica and John, who were recently engaged from Long Beach, according to the clips, they got eliminated from their last race while they were holding an express pass.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that, and I was hoping you watched that season so you could fill me in. I kind of didn't get it.
Actually, I didn't watch that season, but I did a little research because the Express Pass was actually introduced in season 17.
See, I love this about you. You know all this stuff.
Yeah, because I will do the homework.
I know.
Basically, what it does is it allows a team to skip any task of their choosing without penalty and immediately move to the next task.
Yeah, I get the principle, but I didn't get from the clip what the deal was. How could they get eliminated with an express pass?
Because they didn't use it. It's one of those things where you have to basically say, I'm going to use my express pass for this, so give me the next clue.
Oh, okay.
They knew when to hold them, but they didn't know when to fold them.
And what was this whole thing, like his comment about, I don't need the $1 million or whatever? That was weird.
Yeah.
Was that just like an unfortunate, cocky comment?
No, that was loser talk.
Like embarrassed loser talk?
Yeah, absolutely. That was a feeble attempt at saving face.
Which just made him look worse. I don't know.
Absolutely. I don't know why they called him back, personally.
Right?
We've got Flight Time and Big Easy from the Harlem Globetrotters.
Okay, hilarious. I don't know these guys. I've never seen them before, but they cracked me up through the entire episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, according to them, they've been on twice.
Well, so are they really Harlem Globetrotters?
Yes.
From the pro team?
From the basketball team, yes.
Wow. Okay.
We have Dave and Connor from Salt Lake City, father and son.
Yes.
Their last race, Dad blew out his Achilles tendon and couldn't continue.
Ouch. That is a painful injury.
Oh, yeah. We've got Joey and Megan, who are YouTubers from Los Angeles.
A crack up, by the way.
Okay, the whole anime hair that he has, I just...
So, but what is a YouTube host? What, they have a show and they just play YouTube videos? What? I don't get it.
What they do is they produce YouTube videos.
Okay.
Apparently they do very well at it, well enough to consider themselves YouTubers.
Okay, I want that job.
Yeah, I do too, but I won't dress like him.
Yeah, those shorts, if you can call them that, were just weird.
Leo and Jamal, who are cousins from Southern California.
Half of the cast was from Southern California.
Well,
more than half.
Convenient.
Well,
it's convenient.
Yeah, but I loved their whole "we are Afghanimals" thing.
Yes.
And the whole line about we're hungry and we haven't been fed our $1 million or something. I just thought that was really cute.
Margie and Luke. Mother and son from Colorado.
Yes, and one of the seasons, if it was in fact 2 or the same one, was the season that I watched with them on it. And I loved them, and I was rooting for them till the end. And they're so cool. Is it Margie?
Margie.
She's like determined. Nothing holds her down. Like she's just going to go for it. And she and her son just have a great relationship, and he is adorable and so loving, and I just love them together. I just thought it was really cool. So when I saw them again, I was like, yay, they're on, because, I was heartbroken when they lost the season that I watched. Okay.
Finally, we started out with Bopper and Mark from Clay County, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And then we got the first little twist of the race. I guess it was either the day before or a few days before.
This broke my heart. Seriously.
Bopper was diagnosed with an inflamed pancreas, and he was not cleared to run the race.
And they were so sweet. Like, their friendship and just how they were together. I was just rooting for them. So when they cut to him, in the hospital bed, I just was like, oh, no. Yeah. That was really sad.
But they did allow Mark to get a substitute racer.
Yeah.
For him, Mallory, who I don't know.
So was she from also another season with a different partner? Because they alluded to that later.
Yeah, it looked like that she's a returnee as well.
Okay.
She's also from Kentucky.
Okay.
She's about a 1.5 feet shorter, at the very least.
More than that.
Than Mark. And so that kind of rounds out the whole field. And this was a different beginning than what I'm accustomed to. Normally it would be like a mad dash to the bags, and then you rip open your clue, and you see where you're going and what you have to do, and you run to the car, and then you just tear out of the parking lot and, take your chances getting to the airport.
Well, but this was pretty rushed.
It was rushed, but it was sedate, almost. And
really?
I don't know if this is... Yeah.
Even when they were on the field, like, grabbing the band members, and the poor people were, like, trying to play their instruments.
Yeah, but once again, it was in a contained space, you see. It wasn't, you didn't have a lot of this jockeying back and forth.
I gotcha.
On the freeway. They didn't have to make their own flight arrangements.
Oh, yeah, because they usually have to do that.
Yeah, they were told
Yeah.
where they were going. You know, before the race even started, they knew
You're
where their
right.
next destination was.
Yeah, it's been so
So it
long.
was-
I didn't really
Yeah.
put that together.
But I was very happy to see that one thing remained constant, and that's the Phil Cohen eyebrow.
Right? I know.
Okay.
What's his name? Phil Cullen?
Phil Cohen, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I loved it. Totally remember that. It's awesome.
It was good to, have them searching around the margin while they were playing, which was another trip.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. But yeah, once they got to the airport, note to Mallory,
Okay.
please don't be kidding around about passports with a 6'6" brother when there's $1 million on the line.
All right?
And you're literally a step and a half above a substitute teacher.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Just know your role and fall in line.
Yeah, the whole airport scene, it's kind of like all the things that I can't stand rolled into one. Running through the airport with a heavy backpack on, and I'm thinking I'd be in platforms and it would just totally kill me.
So everybody gets on their planes and they travel to Guangzhou, China.
Yeah.
And their first task is to find one of 3 wedding dress shops
In a street
in the garment
full
district
of like 50 dress shops with 1 million dresses in each of them. And
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
At least. And it was so funny when, they kind of like broke up into packs. And I thought it was very interesting that, was it Leo and Jamal, the Afghanimals,
yeah,
I think is their name?
yes,
And Natalie and Nadia were on the first plane.
they were, but they were just such a hot mess with the bickering and yeah.
Or they were a total hot mess.
And I must say, the Sri Lankan twins were cracking me up because they were so mean to each other, number one.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like, it was crazy.
Almost to the point of abusive.
Yeah, right? And the
Almost.
language, I just was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Where was this guy hours ago? He was probably at home.
You're so stupid.
And it's like, of course, by the time the country girls and the twinnies, is that an official name, the twinnies?
I don't know, the twins. I don't know, the twins.
So by the time the twinnies and country got themselves together, found somebody who knew where these shops were, and, they realized that, oh my God, we had passed this an hour ago, so...
Wait, are you doing this fake Sri Lankan accent?
I can't do it. I was fine with Juan Pablo, but my Sri Lankan absolutely needs work.
Oh
I embrace my suckness.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe I'll break into it. I don't want to insult anybody, but yeah, it was hilarious. It was like being at a family gathering.
It's like, and through the whole thing, I'm just thinking, wow, Liz is cracking up right now.
I was, totally. And the fact that they were just yelling at each other.
That was just the warm-up for what took place at the Canton Tower.
Oh, yeah.
When they were riding the world's highest Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Trying to find these clues.
Oh,
and it was
my
just
gosh.
like,
the bickering, I was like the bicker twins. The bickering was
wow.
just off the charts.
yeah, because you know how I am about conflict.
Well,
okay?
yes, I do.
I don't like to watch conflict,
No,
but
this was really bad. It was uncomfortable
bad.
watching it. So yeah, it was crazy.
yeah. And Mark and Mallory had a little minor meltdown because, Mallory was playing it cautious and Mark is saying, look, there's only one stadium, that we can see. And so
don't hold me back now.
Don't hold me back. I'm telling you.
I know you're
a foot and a half.
I know you're a sub, but
yeah, thank
pull
you.
it together.
Thank you. You're part of the JV team right now. So
right.
Once they left the Ferris wheel, they went back downstairs and they went across the river to the stadium where I guess they had the Asian Games.
Oh, yeah.
Ago.
With the I don't know, I want to call it trapeze, but it's not trapeze. Like the wire.
Yeah.
The wire.
Yeah, the wire, and they were supposed to do like somersaults, and they were dressed so flaming.
And I loved seeing, was it Big Easy or the other guy in the suit?
Yeah.
Oh Oh my gosh. That was a sight for sore eyes.
That was funny.
Yeah.
So then once they did their 5 flips, then they went over to the Guangzhou Opera House.
Can I just say about the 5 flips? If that
Yes,
were you
please.
and me, well, first of all, I would never be able to do the Amazing Race because I'm too much of a wuss. But second, if you had to put me on wires and tell me to rotate and flip upside down, I would barf and then pass out.
Okay. But you'd get those 5 flips done.
I would. And then on top of it, the whole premise is to try to figure out where you're going with me,
Yes.
who's directionally challenged. Yeah, that would not be good.
Well, that's why you need me.
Yeah, but I would be holding you back, honey.
So the Cowboys finished first.
Yeah, and I really like them.
I like them too.
They're super cool, like just down home guys, just real, I loved it.
And Brenchell finished second, which, whatever. At least she wasn't crying.
But seriously, if I have to go through a season with her and her weird, didn't she call him Pookie at one point? She's yelling out, Pookie. What guy do you know that wants to be called Pookie?
She said it out loud?
Yeah, when he was on the wire thing and doing his flip, she's like, yeah, Pookie. Yeah, no, it was bad. I was embarrassed for him.
Yeah. It's like, come on, Rachel, get it together. Dave and Connor finished third.
Yes.
And unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to the Twinnies.
Or fortunately, because I could not listen to that bickering for an entire season.
But, that would be bad. That would just be very bad.
Well, and I loved the departing comment, which was like, we're twins. Can't we just get it together? Which is so true.
I agree. So yes, once again, it's a different format. I'm sure that over the years and over the seasons that they have evolved and they've done what they could to cut costs and reduce the need to involve the locals in the things that they're doing.
Definitely, other than panicking, running around going, English, do you speak English?
Yeah, exactly.
Which, that has not changed.
I'm missing, all the paper and, with the envelopes that they would have to rip open and,
right.
It's like, okay, we've got a detour.
Yeah.
So they don't have to reserve 2 spots. They just kind of create these natural obstacles and stuff for people to get through. And, I didn't see anything that was physically challenging.
You didn't?
No.
Good grief. The running through the airport with the backpack? Come on.
For Amazing Race? That's nothing.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm looking at it through my own perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You need to cast your sights outward.
Okay, sorry.
But from a physical standpoint,
the flipping on the wires, I would have barfed.
Yeah, but once again, you can use the wires to push yourself, get yourself started.
I know,
and then
but the
momentum
whole
just carries you.
300 feet in the air thing.
Yeah, honey, there was the one that I just finished, season 10. One of the first challenges or one of the first tasks that they had to do in order to get to the pit stop, mind you.
Okay.
This was, they had already done Detour, they'd already done Roadblock. The team had to climb a rope up the Great Wall of China.
Oh my gosh. Both members of the team?
Both members of the team.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, like I said, from a physical standpoint,
this was nothing.
This was Bush League. There was nothing going on here.
We're just getting warmed up.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah. Well, I gotta tell you, I was not super excited about doing The Amazing Race because it had been so many years since I'd watched it, and I gotta tell you, you have made a fan out of me in one episode.
Okay. See, there you go.
I loved it, and I can't wait to see what happens.
All right, we'll roast some marshmallows next week.
All right. Sounds good.
That's our time for today. Now we'd like to hear what you thought about it. You can comment, tweet, like, or just tell a friend. Thank you for listening.